Hello students, welcome to my channel Learning History Made Easy. In today's video, we'll be continuing with the revision series, that is important questions based on chapters. Today, I'll be talking about the important questions from chapter 7.1, that is Advent of Europeans to India. So today's video is about Advent of Europeans. So first let us see the 1 mark important questions. Who was the Portuguese governor in India? Francisco de Almeida. It is Francisco de Almeida. Name the capital of Dutch in India. Answer is Pulicat. When was the French East India Company established? 1664. Which was the capital of French in India? Answer is Pondicherry. When was the British East India Company established? 1600. Which was the first capital of British in India? Calcutta. Name the treaty which ended the First Carnatic War. Aix-la-Chapelle. Next question. In which year was the Battle of Plassey fought? 1757. Who was called as the Tiger of Mysore? Tipu Sultan. Who was the Governor General who introduced subsidiary alliance? Lord Wellesley. Who was the first Indian ruler to accept subsidiary alliance? The Nizam of Hyderabad. Who introduced doctrine of lapse in India? Lord Dalhousie. Now moving towards the 2 mark important questions. Name any 2 trading centers of Portuguese in India. Answer is Goa, Bombay. Name any 2 trading centers of Dutch in India. Kochi, Nagapattinam, Mahi. Any 2 you can write. Name any 2 trading centers of French in India. Pondicherry, Surat. Between whom was the Battle of Plassey fought? Siraj-ud-Dowlah and British. Mention any 2 terms of the Treaty of Srirangapatna. That is, Tipu had to cede half of his territories to the British. He had to pay 330 lakh rupees as war indemnity. He had to keep 2 of his sons as hostages with the British till he paid the war indemnity. These were the 3 terms of Treaty of Srirangapatna. Any 2 you can write as the answer. Name any 2 Indian states which accepted the subsidiary alliance. Mysore, Nagpur, Jaipur. Name any 2 Indian states annexed by the British by applying doctrine of lapse. Satara, Jhansi, Nagpura. Any 2 you can write. So these are the important 2 mark questions. Now moving on to the important 5 mark questions. What were the causes and results of Battle of Plassey? So the question is causes and results of Battle of Plassey. So I will be covering the main headings. If you want detailed explanation, as I always tell, you can go to the chapter wise videos. In that, complete explanation will be given. So coming to the causes, the first cause, political cause. Siraj-ud-Dowlah had many rivals and they were supported by the British. Second cause, misuse of dastaks. Now what are dastaks? Dastaks were issued by the government of Bengal to the East India Company, which exempted the customs duty on trade. The servants of East India Company misused them for their private trade, and this resulted in the loss of income of the state. So this was the second cause for Battle of Plassey. Third cause is a shelter to the French. British and French were rivals. Sorry children, here it is French. Okay, so the British and French were rivals and English captured a French trading center and Siraj-ud-Dowlah gave shelter to some French men. This angered the British. So that was the third cause. Fourth cause, capture of Calcutta fort. The British strengthened the fort at Calcutta without the permission of the Nawab. British refused to demolish it when Siraj-ud-Dowlah ordered to do so, and Siraj-ud-Dowlah captured Calcutta fort but Robert Clive recaptured it. So that was the fourth reason. The fifth reason, shelter to Diwan Rajavallabha. The Diwan Rajavallabha had not settled the accounts of his office, and when he was forced by the Nawab, he went over to the British and took shelter, and this angered Siraj-ud-Dowlah. Now the last cause is the Black Hole tragedy. Siraj-ud-Dowlah had captured 146 British and they were taken as prisoners and they were lodged in a small room. 123 of them died of suffocation, and this incident is called as Black Hole Tragedy. So total 6 causes for the Battle of Plassey: political cause, misuse of dastaks, shelter to French, capture of Calcutta Fort, shelter to Diwan Rajavallabha, and Black Hole Tragedy. So keep these 6 points in your mind. Now coming to the results, peace was concluded with British and Sirajud-Dowlah. Treaty of Aligarh was signed. Robert Clive hatched a conspiracy against Sirajud-Dowlah. British attacked Sirajud-Dowlah on the pretext of not implementing the terms of Aligarh Treaty. The battle was fought at Plassey on June 1757. Sirajud-Dowlah was defeated. Mir Jafar was made the Nawab of Bengal, and this battle laid the foundation of the British Empire in India. So all these 8 are the results of Battle of Plassey. So causes and results. Now coming to one more important 5-mark question, write about subsidiary alliance and doctrine of lapse. Subsidiary alliance and doctrine of lapse. So first about subsidiary alliance, it was brought into force by Lord Wellesley in 1798. Expansion of the British Empire in India was its main aim. Its main conditions were the allying king had to keep a British army in his state. He had to bear the expenses of the army, and the ruler unable to pay the expenses had to cede part of his territory or kingdom to the British. He also had to keep a British resident in his court and should not have trade relations with other European countries. The king of such states were not allowed to appoint foreigners in the administration and army without permission of the British. Protection of that state was the responsibility of the company. The Nizam of Hyderabad was the first to sign subsidiary alliance. Then the rulers of Mysore, Travancore, Nagpura, etc. also signed the treaty. So this is about subsidiary alliance. Now you have one more part in the answer, that is doctrine of lapse. Lord Dalhousie was the Governor General in India in 1848. He wanted to extend direct British rule over India, and he introduced this policy, that is doctrine of lapse, to achieve his aim. According to this policy, when the ruler of a protected state died without a natural heir, then that state would pass on to the British Empire. So the British annexed Satara, Jaipura, Jhansi, etc. using this policy. So these 2 are the important 5-mark questions from this chapter. So I hope you have understood all the points very clearly. So this was the important questions from chapter 7.1. So in case of any doubts, you can ask in the comment section, and also don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Your likes and comments will be of a great encouragement for me to make more and more videos. So I hope to see you all soon in the coming video. Thank you for watching.